Hey, what is up, everybody? Yes, I return to your phone, your computer, your TV, your tablet, your laptop. I don't know what you're watching me on right now, but welcome back. It's me, it's Malcolm, and today. So, we thought it was over last night or 2 days ago, whenever this happened. H3H3 versus James Charles. We have the DMs that Ethan leaked on his Twitter between him and James Charles about this hoodie thing, this color blocking thing. And I read the DMs. It looks pretty bad for James, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm gonna read it for y'all so you can leave your own conclusion. So I'm just gonna say, for me personally, after reading it, it doesn't look pretty good. So Ethan basically tweeted, James basically admits his team ripped us off, but said it's fine because we don't have the same fan base or demographic. Ugh. He did say this in his podcast about the situation, and just that line alone, I was like, ugh, that doesn't sound good. So I'm gonna read the DMs for y'all, and I'll let you decide. So here we go. We got a couple of pages of this, so be mindful. All right, here we go. So James Charles goes, oof, looking closer at the screenshot you just sent me, I will give you the heads up that one of the colorways we're doing is actually an exact copy of the purple, tan, pink, and teal hoodie you guys have. And then he throws an upside down smiley face emoji. I don't know why he did that. That's kind of weird when you're addressing a situation like this. But anyway, I designed the pastel one based on the Nike hoodie, but my design team pitched me a bunch of colorways once we decided on doing a color block collection, and I liked that one and said yes. Once again, not being familiar with your brand or hoodie. The units have been produced for a while now, so there's nothing I can do, but I'll definitely be speaking to them because although I didn't copy anything, they may certainly have, which is not okay. So going off that, I think what gets me is at the end of the day, it's James Charles' name on this Sisters hoodie. Can you even call it a brand? Sisters brand? I don't know what you want to call it. Merch. But at the end of the day, it's his merch, his name. So at the end of the day, it is his responsibility. But that's just my opinion on that. And then Ethan responds, not really coincidence then, is it? Next page. But it appears as though it may not be. I'm speaking with the team now, so I'll keep you updated on what they say. Then Ethan responds, well, not really sure what to say. That hoodie is pretty much our hallmark as a brand. But now I'm learning that more than one is knocked off, so I'm a little speechless, I guess. And then James goes off on like the third part of this tweet in this DMs, and I'm just gonna say right now, he kind of switches his attitude from apologetic to kind of aggressive, but I'll let you be the judge. But that's just how I've been feeling. Okay, here we go. Once again with the upside down smiley face emoji thing. I don't know why. Again, I don't know why you did that. The main hoodie in the collection isn't knocked off. It had a different source of inspiration, has a different color body and different color pocket, and logo is completely different placement, size, and color. You don't own color block either. Okay? The other colorway, which I did not personally select but approved, however, is extremely similar, and I am trying to get to the bottom of how the design team came up with. Regardless, we don't have the same fan base or demographic, so there's really no competition here. Okay. All I can tell you is that I've never shopped on your website before, so I did not copy your brand. And that's it. So, my initial thoughts is, at first, it seemed James Charles was trying to figure out what the issue is and figure out how to fix it. And then, when it seemed like Ethan didn't let it go, James Charles had a problem. And then, this line right here, we don't have the same fan base or demographic, so there's really no competition. That is not the point. The point, I think, a lot of people are saying on Twitter, and I think Ethan's point is, It's the same placement. The colors may be a little bit different, but it's the same feel. James Charles kind of like switched up his attitude. I don't get it, honestly. I found it kind of like passive aggressive in my personal opinion. It seemed like James Charles was just hoping that Ethan would let it go, but no, Ethan kept it going. Also, another thing, James saying you've never seen this hoodie. Your friend Lorraine actually has worn Teddy Fresh, and Teddy Fresh has actually posted it on their Instagram. I don't know how you didn't know about the brand, so I think that's kind of a lie in my opinion. People are wondering why Ethan did this, and he says, "Why am I sharing this? Question mark. 1. I think it's worth showing he admits he ripped us off with all the people who have been denying it." And then he also said he got inspiration from Nike, so that's kind of weird, but I don't think anybody else picked that up. Like a few people did, I think. 2. I have no desire to take legal action, so this is the closest I can get to some sense of justice before he sells a billion of these. Which is true. James Charles really does have a huge fan base, like really big, and they're very, very young fans, so of course they're gonna buy it. They're gonna get their parents to buy it, so I can definitely see why when he said that. 3. He has gone on a warpath when someone ripped his makeup. That is so true. I didn't bring it up last video because I forgot. But yes, it was like Wet and Wild, I think, like basically did his palette color for color, placement for placement, and James Charles went off. When I say James Charles did go off, he went off. So it is kind of funny that James Charles is basically doing the same thing to Ethan now, but James Charles doesn't see a problem. You see what I'm saying? So that's that. I think that's where okay, I'm starting to see Ethan's side now. That's where I'm starting to see it. And then number 4, I think, is the biggest one. All of our fans who will be wearing their color block will now be mistaken as James Charles fans. I think that was the main thing I think that was like his main point, but he didn't want to make it his main point. Yeah, a lot of his fans are on his Twitter saying, yeah, we don't want to be mistaken for James Charles fans. We don't like James Charles like that. What's also funny is with the we don't have the same fan base thing, that is a straight up lie. I don't know why James Charles said that. Just like there are people that like drama channels and also like Jeffree Star, even though Jeffree Star has been in a lot of drama lately, but people like both drama channels and Jeffree Star. You're allowed to like more than one thing. I don't know why James Charles has this mentality of, oh, I'm in the makeup world and I don't know you, so you're not of any relation to me. That's the kind of feel I got. I also went on Twitter to see some replies. T-Sesh, the YouTube channel, quote, "You didn't invent color blocking. Oh my god, the attitude. He was so mad when Wet n Wild stole his colors and placement, but Ethan can't be mad when James does the same thing to him." I actually just said that, and that's really crazy. We also got this guy right here. "I also feel as though I have, quote, I have never shopped on your website, unquote. Isn't a good reason why it can't be a copy." Very, very true. Very true. We also got this girl Olivia here. "Also, so many people wear Teddy Fresh that may not even know who y'all are. It's in Zoomies." Very true. I have seen it in Zoomies. Teddy Fresh isn't H3 merch. It's an actual clothing brand sold in retail stores. Yup. The demographic of Teddy Fresh probably overlaps with his fans more than he thinks. Yes. And I think that's the main point Ethan was trying to get across. Like, dude, you know, people might mistake, you know, my hoodie for your hoodie. Like, that was basically like, I feel like the whole premise of his argument, and James Charles is just really shoving it off. And by looking at the DMs, it doesn't look good. And we actually have someone that's actually a fan of both channels. I was subscribed to both channels for a couple years, so you totally share some fan base. And then you got Ethan's wife Hila commenting yet again, quote tweeting the DM tweet that Ethan posted saying, "James Charles, quote, I don't know anything about your brand, unquote. Also, James Charles, I know enough about your brand to determine that my merch would not compete with Teddy Fresh." Kind of contradictory, James. It doesn't look good for you, my brother. I'm sorry. I really am. I'm trying to stay down the middle as much as I can, but looking at the DMs, Doesn't look good. This is definitely an update video. My personal opinion, I can see why Ethan doesn't want to take this to court, because this is like one of those things that's hard to fight in court if you do try. And also, I don't think he wants that drama. I think he just wants to, you know, make the situation known at this point, because it seemed like in the DMs, it just seemed like James Charles doesn't care. And I really don't want to say that. It just seems like his attitude is very passive aggressive. Like, basically, like, you're beneath me, I don't know who you are kind of attitude. I know all the James Charles fans are going to dislike this video, which is fine. But you gotta admit, it doesn't look good. Some people were like, well, you didn't end that color block and so you have nothing to complain about. Or people were like, well, you're not the first person to have these kind of hoodies, so you have nothing to complain about. You do have those kind of people, but it seems like more people are on Ethan's side right now, unless James Charles pulls another Uno reverse card like he did last year, but I don't know. Like I said in my last video, this isn't the first time he's been accused of ripping off ideas or things like that. And even in the DMs, he talked about getting inspiration from Nike, so I don't know what that's all about, but it, like I said, it just doesn't look good to me. But I'll leave it up to you. What do you guys think? Once again, it is Malcolm. That's me. Another Capitals jersey and another hoodie, because I'm in Maryland and it is freezing cold. Subscription button up here. 2 other videos over there. Without further ado, I wish you well. I wish you good health. And I will see you again next time.